Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I am going to do a short video to talk with you guys about, how can I put it, pivoting when things change. I'll give you a great example of what I'm talking about. There are two backpacks sitting here. There's my North Face Surge, I believe it's called, and then my US Palm Gryphon EDC. This one back here is, I bring it out whenever I'm going to be doing the overland course with my rifle. This one is my EDC pack because it hides in plain sight. And what I have found over the years of training and of trying everything from backpacks to shoes to pants to belts to shirts to socks, even underwear. When I was a magazine writer, thermal undies were a thing. The military stuff, like the companies that were making those were willing to send out samples to magazine writers, and you're like, okay. And so what you end up with is you end up, hang on, let me shut this off first. You end up trying so many different things. In the course of writing an article, you'll end up trying a bunch of different things. Sometimes things make it into the article, sometimes they don't. And what you end up doing is, if you're paying attention, you learn a lot. And it informs how you make choices for your loadout. And what I found over the years, I still, trust me guys, this is a public service announcement. What I still tend to find myself doing is trying things out, or doing things, you know, setup wise, that I'm like, I know better. Why did I do that? Why did I get that certain thing back out again and put it back into use when I know better? When I know better than to use that, and here's why. And then I just, you know, like reason with myself as to why I put that up in the first place. And what I'm getting at is this. Some of you are new to the world of training and tactical and stuff, and you're learning as you go. And some of you are old school, and you're set in your ways. And what I found is the guys who are set in their ways are probably the ones you need to be listening to, because they've tried everything out there. And remember, there's nothing new under the sun. I could actually name off a pretty big manufacturer right now that just released armor and chest plates and chest rigs. And it's quite comical, because I was talking with a friend of mine who's been in this industry longer than I have, and I've been in this industry for a long time. And he said, yeah, it's old as new again. And so we had a good laugh about that. And I said, but you know, the funny thing about it is, you do stuff and you find yourself going back to the basics because something was or was not working, and you reach in the closet and you grab the next item. And remember guys, we're talking holsters, we're talking range bags, we're talking belts. I'm wearing a 511 tactical belt that I've owned since probably 08 or 09. Why? Because it's really rigid. It's 1.75, which I like. I like really thick belts. It's really rigid. It hangs on like there's a claw. I mean, it's a really solid belt. It holds my holster, my weapon, my knife. And I find that it solves the problem of a really solid belt. I've got other belts out there that I've used in the past, but this is the belt that, like, you know, is not going to let loose. It's just that good of a belt. It's a rigorous belt. Everything from the range bag to this holster that my friend Phillip made for me. There are probably better holsters out there. Yeah, but this one suits me perfectly. It does exactly what I need it to do. And so what I'm getting at is, don't be afraid to try things, don't be afraid to make mistakes, but remember that there never is one solid do-all setup, and you're going to find that you're going to spend years going down this road and going, oh, that doesn't work for that scenario, I better try something else. Yeah, but not every scenario, look, not every scenario can be covered with a handgun. Sometimes equipped with an RMR is a really good force multiplier, and this is what I feel comfortable traveling with anymore. In fact, you know what? Let me show you something real quick, because this is actually, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do this here, and I'm going to do a short video afterward. Handgun with optic on it is so good at hitting accurately and hitting rapidly that I no longer feel the urge to travel with a rifle, because there's a whole bunch of hullabaloo for traveling with rifles, and you can travel in and out of hotels discreetly. Anyways, okay, so don't get in the comment section. Please, please don't go hot pocket. I have my reasons. Okay, so what I did want to show you is the zombie apocalypse, or whatever that dream is that you have in your head of where society goes in the trash can. Consider what I'm about to show you. Where is it? This is not something that you have to get up and, like, you know, tactical blazing speed or anything. Oh, I forgot I had that with me. I'm not going to tell you what it is. There it is. Okay. This is one of my Tier 1 Citizen 2-point slings. I've got the version that has one QD on it because the backside of it straps directly into the stock itself. The front end, if there's a QD on the rifle, can push right in. But I may, well, let me back up. Okay, this is in my bag because I no longer travel with a rifle as a thing, unless I'm going to a rifle class. So I typically don't travel with a rifle. I travel with my handgun and a bunch of ammo and a spare for my wife. But I travel with rifle slings in my bag because by having this, if I have to acquire a rifle because something goes sideways, either I buy a rifle or some donut engages me and I get his rifle off of him. Wouldn't it be nice to have that rifle set up on a sling that I understand? Which is why I carry a Tier 1 Citizen 2-point sling with me. With paracord loops, I have my standard loops, and then I also have a full extra yard of paracord that I looped up, and I can modify this to make this work on the rifle, whether it's an AK or an AR or a shotgun or whatever. I can make this sling work on multiple long guns. I can even make it work on PDWs if I have to. And this weighs nothing, and if I were to take the QD off, there's nothing on here that will react to a metal detector. So this could stay in the bottom of the bag, X-ray goes right through it, it would never even show up on X-ray, it would look like a bundle of fabric, which is exactly what it is. And even if it had to come out of the bag, it's a bundle of fabric, it's worthless as a threat. But it goes here, I can fly with it, so wherever I am in America, I at least have a Tier 1 Citizen 2-point sling with me. That's the point. I've been up one side and down the other, trying things over the years. This works, this doesn't, I like this, I don't like that, I should probably have this, that's too much to carry, I should da-da-da-da-da. And finally I just got to the point where I'm like, this is like altering me, it's altering me mentally. I'm married to an amazing woman who has a zest for life that I've never seen before, and it is so refreshing to be with such a joy-filled person. She's had so much adversity in her life, but because she grew up in Africa, I firmly believe because she grew up in Africa, it informs how she views the world, and also because of a lot of the hardships that she's been through in her previous marriage, she views the world differently. And I'm so blessed to have her in my life, and she has changed how I view the world around me and how I view people around me, and it has changed how I pack for trips. I know there's so much to cover here, I don't even know how to even begin covering it, but when you're with the right person, it changes you for the better. Anyone who's ever done the massive amount of training that I've done sees combatives, sees hand-to-hand, sees rifle, shotgun, handgun, medical. You see things from this all-encompassing view because you get so many points of view from so many different directors from different walks of life. And there was this one thing that was always missing for me, and it was how do I live with these systems that are being shown to me? how do I smoothly transition from vehicle to home, home to vehicle, without being the guy who's like this bag and this bag and this support gear and this and this. My hearing protection, you guys saw me just put it away. My hearing protection is a pair of Sound Gear Phantoms. These are digital hearing protection that are molded to my ears. They're ridiculously expensive. They're worth every red cent, but I want to make sure you understand this is a $1,500 set of hearing protection. They're rechargeable. They magnetically lock onto the charger, which goes in the bag. And then they hold their charge for a long period of time. They've been sitting in this bag for quite some time, and they're still at 100%. And I used them briefly today, and they're probably going to be at like maybe 95%. I'll check on. And they tie into my phone, like they digitally hook into the phone. And then my handgun is on my person with extra mags and a couple other items that I have on me. But it simplifies my ability to go from vehicle to home and home to vehicle without being the guy who's schlepping a lot of bags around. Because nothing will drive your wife crazy than constantly making her wait. I know this because she's told me. Love you, hon. And so I try to move it as efficiently as possible. And so I've modified what I do and how I do it. And I'm doing this video so you guys understand I'm in the same exact boat that you are. I've tried all the bags. I've tried all the belts. I've tried all the shoes, all the pants, all the shirts, all the glasses, all the hearing protection. I've tried a bunch of different firearms, which is why I finally settled on Glocks and AR-15s. 5.56 millimeter instead of 300 black, or 6.8, or 5.45 for AKs, or blah, 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 blah. I have thought about getting a Beretta 1301 shotgun and just leaving it in the vehicle, like cabling it. There are hard points in the vehicle that I could cable it to and just leave it there. Because good Lord, a shotgun is all kinds of wonderful to have, but the problem with a shotgun is it's heavy. And if something big happens, I know this video has gone long, but I know that you guys also appreciate the thoughts that I have. I've said this many times, and I've heard other people say it, which tells me that I'm on the right track. If something big occurs, the last thing you want to be is the guy or gal trying to make it home with an overt weapon exposed on their person, because for the first several days of something national, cops are going to do what cops have always done: snatch weapons, snatch weapons. That's what they always do. The cops get weaponized by the authoritarian jerks, and by the way, jerk is gender neutral, and the cops end up doing their dirty work for them. They always have, they always will. I don't understand why cops will not wake up from that, because guys, when I was in uniform, I was put in a position where I was given an order and I refused to follow the order because it violated somebody's constitutional rights. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. There are a few cops like me out there, but I'm that guy. And I see cops doing really shitty things to society and getting away with it because they're the ones with the guns. So, you don't want to be the guy or gal who's overtly armed, but when things finally pop off, wouldn't it be nice to have a sling with you? I think I've kind of circled back around to the sling, probably because I make slings. But this is something that is near and dear to my heart, is have equipment on you that makes the procurement of other equipment more usable. So if I actually do get my hands on a rifle, long gun, whatever, I can at least carry it responsibly. All right, I'm going to stop now because I've got some cleaning up that I've got to do of the range. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting me at tier1citizen.com, because your support keeps this channel financially independent from the garbage companies that are pushing tactical stuff. This industry is overrun by companies that are pushing things. Yeah. As always, God bless you all. Get those guns out in practice. Have a good one. Man, that video went off the rails. Ooh.